Hi everyone. So this particular video contains solutions to the following questions from the FBO and FBS section in the atomic structure booklet. Now the concepts which are covered in this particular video explanation or the questions are based on the concepts of de Broglie wavelength, or you can say de Broglie hypothesis, de Broglie's hypothesis of dual nature of matter, and Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So let's go question by question and understand the solutions. Now, the first question is a pretty straightforward, simple question in which you have been given that the uncertainty in position and momentum is equal, right? So you substitute that in the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Although this is an inequality, this is greater than equal to, but we replace that as equality to find the minimum uncertainty. That इतना तो होगा ही सही, इससे ज़्यादा भी हो सकता है, but this is the minimum uncertainty, right? You can replace this with greater than equal to sign. However, in many of the questions that you are going to come across, they are going to ask you the uncertainty, and what they would mean by that is the minimum uncertainty that would be there. Okay. All right, then the 51st question. It's a pretty straightforward question. You have been given the mass and the speed. You substitute the values in the de Broglie's relationship of lambda and momentum. Then 52nd question. In this, if you remember the expression of lambda and momentum, you can convert that into lambda and kinetic energy and establish the relationship that for the same wavelength, the square root of m into kinetic energy should be constant, right? So for the options that are given, the one with the higher mass will have a lesser kinetic energy, right? Then in the 53rd question, you have been asked to talk about the de Broglie wavelength of the electron in the third orbit, right? So when this relationship is used to get the de Broglie wavelength, 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. This n represents the number of orbit, okay, as well as the number of waves in the orbit. How many waves are going to be there, right? And this r would represent the radius of that orbit. ठीक है, जिस ऑर्बिट का यहाँ पे डिस्कशन हो रहा है. So यहाँ पर थर्ड ऑर्बिट के बारे में बात करा जा रहा है. That's why you have to substitute the value of 9x here. Radius of first orbit is x, so radius of third orbit will be 9x, and this should be equal to 3 lambda. So you get the value of lambda as 6 pi x. Then 54th is a simple, straightforward question. Just the only catch here is that you should able to read the uncertainty. It has been given as 0.1% of V, so you should be able to calculate the value of uncertainty. Then 55th question is something that was discussed in the theory in the class itself, that when we are talking about Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, right, the uncertainty in position and uncertainty in momentum, they are along the same direction. Okay. So whenever it is reported in Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, make sure that they are in the same direction. And 56th question, it's again confusion amongst students sometime. So let me reiterate it. Let me be very clear on it, that Heisenberg's uncertainty principle is applicable at all scale. It becomes significant at microscopic scale. Macroscopic scale पर इतना significance नहीं रहता उसका, but microscopic scale पर yes. Okay. All right. Let's now talk about the 59th question. It's a good question. It's a lengthy question, but really something which is a question that is a combination of photoelectric effect and de Broglie's hypothesis. Now, where does de Broglie's hypothesis feature in? So यहाँ पर notice करना, the way in which you have to do the question, ठीक है, notice the approach. That is what is the most important part about this question. That first you comprehend the information that is given in the question. Okay, this is something which is given in the question, जिसको मैंने अच्छे से लिख लिया है. ठीक है. Now, some information, the values have been given, whereas for some information they have just given the symbol or not even mentioned about it. So मैंने यहाँ पर उसका variable मान लिया. ठीक है. So while writing what is being given and what is being asked, right, I would not hesitate to assume variable, right? So this is again something that I reiterate time and again. Do not hesitate to take variables. मैंने यहाँ पर ले लिए. ठीक है. एनर्जी ऑफ फोटॉन, वर्क फंक्शन एंड काइनेटिक एनर्जी. ठीक है. ये ए प्लेट के लिए है, सिमिलरली बी प्लेट के लिए. राइट. सो यू कैन नोटिस यहाँ पर वी गेट द इंफॉर्मेशन दैट एनर्जी ऑफ फोटॉन दिया हुआ है. वर्क फंक्शन आपको नहीं पता, काइनेटिक एनर्जी आपको नहीं पता. ठीक है. डी ब्रॉगली वेवलेंथ और काइनेटिक एनर्जी का रिलेशनशिप आपको पता है फॉर इलेक्ट्रॉन. ठीक है. दिस इज समथिंग विच इज फॉर इलेक्ट्रॉन ओनली. ठीक है. दैट वी हैव explored the relationship between de Broglie wavelength and kinetic energy, that it is root 150 by kinetic energy in electron volt. We get the wavelength in angstrom. Right. Now, apart from this, there are two more pieces of information that are given in the question: relationship between TA, TB and lambda A, lambda B. Right. So now, since we know the relationship between lambda and lambda B, we substitute it in the given relationship from the question. And as a result, we got a second relationship between TA and TB. So this was given, and this is something that we got from the wavelengths ka relationship. So from these two equation, two variable, I can get the value of TA and TB. Once I get the value of TA and TB, okay, these two are something that I get. Then I use the photoelectric effect equation to get the value of phi A and phi B. Based on it, then I can select from the options that are there. 60th question is also on the same lines. It is the same question or similar question, I should say, which is a combination of photoelectric effect plus de Broglie's hypothesis. Okay. Now, while solving this question, मैंने थोड़ा सा different approach use किया. As in different approach in the sense that the thought process was slightly different. So this is something which is again given in the question. Okay. And I took the variables energy of photon, kinetic energy, de Broglie wavelength of the electrons. ये सब मैंने variables मान लिए. तो अगर आप यहाँ पे notice करोगे तो मेरे पास में 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 variables that I am now working with. ठीक है. Now, how do I relate these variables with each other? So something that is given in the question, something that is the knowledge of the concept that I have studied. इन सबको use करके यहाँ पर आप observe करना. So something that is given in the question, ये दो equation form हो गया. Something that I used my knowledge of de Broglie's hypothesis and photoelectric effect equation. ठीक है. So आप notice करोगे वेरिएबल मैंने अज्यूम कर लिए ए साइड के बी साइड के 4 4 8 वेरिएबल हो गए. नाउ यू कैन सी दैट आई हैव क्रिएटेड 6 इक्वेशंस. ठीक है. नाउ दीज 6 इक्वेशंस एज यू कैन सी दे टेक इनटू अकाउंट 6 वेरिएबल्स ओनली. ठीक है. यू कैन से लैम्डा ए लैम्डा बी, ई ए ई बी एंड के ए के बी. ठीक है. तो 6 वेरिएबल 6 इक्वेशंस. अब आप अप्रोप्रिएट सब्स्टिट्यूशन करते जाओ. ठीक है. एंड ये 6 वेरिएबल्स को आप सॉल्व कर सकते हो. ठीक है. जैसे यहाँ पर मैंने एक तरीका दिखा रखा है. यू कुड हैव चोजन सम अदर वे आल्सो. सो आई टुक द थर्ड, फिफ्थ एंड द सिक्स्थ इक्वेशन. दिस थर्ड, fifth and the sixth equation, and I got a relationship between K and KB. Okay, so I got this relationship. Then I used the first, second and the fourth equation, first, second and the fourth, to get another relationship between K and KB. So from these two relationships between K and KB, I found out the value of K and KB, and that then can be related to the stopping potentials also, because stopping potential is the kinetic energy of the electron in electron volts. ठीक है. So this is something which is the math part of it. ठीक है, यहाँ पर notice करना, this is the conceptual bit. ठीक है, this is what I would say is connecting the dots. Right, so यहाँ पर it is something similar to the previous question, and based on that knowledge of previous question, okay, we were able to connect these variables and then solve for them. All right, now let's move on to the FBS part. FBS part is pretty simple, straightforward. Again, the questions are from de Broglie's hypothesis and Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So if you go one by one, 37th question is straightforward. 38th question is also straightforward. You have been given adequate information. You just have to substitute the data and get the answer. Only the calculation in SI units would be crucial. Then 39th question, straightforward, formula based, something that we have discussed in the class, that for electron, okay, this is something which is particularly true for electron only. Okay, that you can write the de Broglie wavelength as root 150 over the potential difference through which the electron is accelerated. 40th question, straightforward, you have been given the data. 41st question, you have been given the data again for uncertainty in position. You have to just determine the uncertainty in velocity, use the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. 42nd question में थोड़ा सा एक catch है, इसमें just ये plus minus 1% की uncertainty को we read as total of 2%. ठीक है, the uncertainty is a total of 2%. It is 1% on left hand side, 1% on right hand side, so a total of 2% uncertainty is there, and that is what is to be used in the question. 43rd question is again a simple straightforward question based on the formula of de Broglie wavelength of an electron. So all right, I think this particular set of homework contained only two difficult questions, which were these 59th and 60th question from the booklet. I hope you are able to grasp the approach behind it and how to work with them. All right, thank you guys.